of a conversation because I think it's a more fun way to start doing a podcast. So we got to roll with it. Hello, everyone. How are we doing? Welcome to Leeds 101, in which we teach a now relative newcomer all about Leeds United, the stupid culture around the stupid football club, and what's going on. How's it going? How are we?
Oh, we're good. I'm solo parenting right now, so you guys might hear a couple screams every now and then of my daughter just running amok. So don't mind that. She's watching some cartoons. You might hear that too. So making it interesting today.
I mean, we love a bit of cartoons. No one is ever going to turn down some cartoons.
No, exactly.
I'm wondering if British cartoons translated over to you. I'm going to guess probably not, so I'm not going to get into the fireman slang conversation. Anyway, we do have a little bit of interesting news from last week's podcast. The planned Leeds-Watford match thing is now a far more firm plan, which means that we've got some little content-y ideas in the pipeline at the minute that I've been working with various people. I'm not going to run them by you to an extent because I think it'd be more interesting that way. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, I love that. I like surprises, so this is good.
Cool. Yeah, great. As always, with these podcasts, Questions Corner is going to be open throughout the entire thing. If you've got any questions about anything for any reason, just chuck them in the chat. And in this specific little episode of the pod, we also have a nice little quiz in which we're going to show various pictures of various Leeds United players and personalities and managers throughout the years and just sort of guess what your vibe is on them. Just because I think it'd be quite interesting to see if that matches up with the reality. But before we do that, we need to have a little bit of a chat about what happened with the Cardiff match, because the Cardiff match led to some very, very intriguing conversations, in my opinion. First up, what were your impressions when I don't know if you managed to watch the highlights, if you managed to watch the match, if you just saw the score. What's the feeling?
I did watch the highlights and I was excited about it. I have a question though. Okay, this is something that I was like, I need to make a note of this. Is the guy's real name Largy?
Yeah, Largy Ramazani. It's great. I love that he's such a small guy and his name is Largy. It makes me genuinely happy on like an emotional level.
Okay, so that's not a nickname that he's just going off of, because you know how sometimes they have little nicknames and somehow it translates into their actual name, and that's not what that is. That's literally his name, Largy.
Yeah, his name is actually Largy Ramazani.
Okay, I love that.
Do you reckon when he was born,
he scored, and that was exciting?
Yeah, do you reckon when he was born they saw like he's real small, it'd be funny right now, and they just went for it? That'd be great. Imagine if they did that.
There's got to be some kind of meaning behind the name.
I would hope so. If there isn't any form of meaning behind the name, I'm just confused. But yeah, when it comes to that, you would assume everyone would be happy, right?
Yeah. Why? Why are you shaking your head?
I still don't know. I don't understand. Because what happened after the match was I went on a fellow Leeds YouTuber's podcast to have a little bit of a chat about it, as we always do in the post-match.
Have a natter?
And I'm going to learn a Canadian accent. I'm going to hit you with it back. It's all going to be and stuff like that. I'm not going to get into it because I know I can't do that accent. But, oh, hello.
I'm sorry, this is gonna happen today. She gets really,
that is all good.
Really excited. Say hi. Can you say hi? Okay, she's fine. She wants to sit with me, so we'll just let her chill for a bit. This is how it goes.
But you'd think that everyone would be incredibly happy with what happened in a match where we won 2-0. The reality of the situation was everyone was kind of mad that we didn't win by more.
Is Cardiff not a great team? They're down below, right?
To be clear, Cardiff are bad. They're at the bottom of the table right now. After they played us, they needed to sack their manager. It's not a good situation for them to be in right now.
Okay, sad.
But
sad for them, good for us.
Oh, it's fantastic for us, yeah. But when on that podcast, the general gist was everyone sort of saying, well, we should be winning by more than 2-0. And the style is boring and stuff like that. But I think like a good 2/3 of the people that were like having the conversation were sort of saying to each other, did I miss something here? Because we did win comfortably.
You know what? I feel like no one is ever happy. I don't get it. Obviously, okay, this is a question I have for you. And I think I
Okay.
know the answer, but do goal differentials matter eventually? So like if
Yes.
we score like 5 goals on them, will that count towards something later on? Because like obviously you want to stack up as many as possible. Whereas like obviously American football, that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you win by. We don't
Yeah.
take like we don't really take that into account later on at all. It's just a win. A win is a win.
Yeah. It can matter at the end of the season. So if you are level on points with another team, the thing that separates you from that point is goal difference. So if
Okay.
we ended the season with 90 points and Burnley ended the season with 90 points, whoever has the higher goal difference in that case, well done, you
Boom.
get the higher position in the table.
Okay, so this matters. So that's why maybe some people are a little cranky about it.
Maybe, but also considering it's like a 46 game long season, a lot of the time it won't come down to that. So, gonna have a quick look through our past seasons in the background, but I genuinely can't remember the last time our position was decided by goal difference in
Yeah, so
like
it's
a
not
reasonable amount.
really that big of a deal.
No, it's not as huge a problem as people would like it to be if they are pushing that sort of like we need to score about 17 goals a game vibe. It's so the season we got relegated, we were not relying on goal difference at any point. The season before that did not come down to goal difference.
Okay.
The season before
There's a
that,
trend here.
yeah, the season before that, we did need goal difference to finish a position higher than we would have otherwise, but that was because it was between 9th and 10th. So that's fine as well. Season before that, we got promoted and didn't need goal difference. The season before that, we didn't get promoted and goal difference had nothing to do with it. The season before that one, we were kind of crap. And it
You're
did come
dunking
down to
on
goal
everyone right
difference.
now. You're dunking on them because it's like, why else are people getting upset about a win, a 2-0 win? Please enlighten me because I'm new
Yeah,
to this. Remember,
I,
a win
I
is a
would,
win, man. A win is a
yeah,
win. Be
I
happy.
like being happy. Yeah. Hello, by the way, Righteous One and Carl. How's it going? I'm hoping very good. Hopefully, you guys also enjoyed the fact that we won a game of football rather than lost our heads in a combined crazy manner. Didn't quite
I feel
understand that.
like righteous one has something to say for sure. He's gonna be cynical.
No, Righteous One seems like a good vibes kind of guy from his time in my streams.
Oh, okay.
Um, I was
Maybe
I
he's
was
sticking
talking
with you
to
then.
I was talking to Evie a little bit earlier, and she has just started her channel and sent me a message with someone's comment and was like, "This is one of the people that constantly post negative stuff on your channel, right?" And I'm like, okay, so you're building your own horde of people that also
Mm.
post the exact same thing on every single thing, no matter what has happened.
These are just how they are, man.
It's a
Doesn't
habit.
matter.
It's a
Yeah,
bad habit, and I think
it
people
is.
shouldn't necessarily have those. On that note,
Speaking of Evie,
hello,
there she
how are you
is.
doing? Hoping we're all good. Yeah, so I thought after that little Cardiffy chat with people being really, really mad at the potential for the future, yay, negative people indeed. But that's why this channel is here.
Yeah,
We're
I
all very
roll.
positive. It's great. I figured we'd look at the various good things that have happened in the past and the bad things that have happened in the past, rather than everyone wanting to be paranoid about the future. So,
Mm.
in this little bit of a quiz, I'm going to throw up picture after picture after picture of past Leeds United players, then present Leeds United players, and then past and present Leeds United managers. And I just want you to give me the vibe that you get from each of these people.
Is
Do
there
we like
like
them?
a kind
Go.
of scale? What like good vibes, bad vibes? Am I doing like a
Um,
1 to 10 situation, or is it just straight
oh,
up how I feel right in that
I
moment?
think just straight
Whatever word.
feelings. I think just
Okay.
straight vibes and feelings because
Okay.
some of them will have not been the best of players, but would have been incredible vibes. Some of them would have been real bad vibes, but technically reasonable footballers.
Mm.
Um, so yeah, and we're going to start with this guy right here. Also, I'm going to say, have a guess at the people's names
Okay. He
because
looks like
that
he
could
could
be
be okay, we'll start with names because I think this is fun. He looks like he could be like an Oliver.
an Oliver, right? Okay.
Yeah.
And what vibe are we getting from Oliver?
Okay, I feel like he kind of lives like in the past with his hairstyle that he's got going on there. He's got the frosted tips a little bit. He's
Okay.
probably somebody that, had some success in the past, but maybe not all the time. And so he clings to that a little bit. And he's like, aiming high, but maybe not so high. I don't know. Gives good vibes, but like could be better.
Okay. People in the comments, whilst I get the name across first, let me know your general vibes around this guy. For context, Oliver, not quite.
Oh no. How am I supposed to guess that? I've never heard that name. How do you even pronounce that?
That would be Ezjan Alioski.
Adrian. What a great name.
But we being from Yorkshire weren't very good at pronouncing that, so we just went with Yanni most of the time.
Yummy. Okay. Nice.
And we like Alioski. Alioski's a good guy. We have, for example, Eek, my favorite, followed by Oliver Oski, which, I mean, fair enough. Why not? This
New
guy
name.
was known for being a bit insane. He wouldn't stop running, which is good. But also, whenever he would score a goal, for example, in the opponent's face, he would literally go,
Oh my
which was
god, I
great.
love that.
And it includes things like we once sold a player to another club, and his response when in the tunnel before the match was just to shout at him like, "Hey, hey, why are you shy? You don't like us anymore? No?" And it was, I love this guy. And
Oh my gosh.
pre-match, to pump himself up, he would grab, like, because it's like a retractable tunnel thing that goes a bit like onto the pitch. He'd
Yeah.
grab the scaffolding-y stuff that extends out and just like shake it. He was not a sane guy. There was something fundamentally wrong in this guy's head. It was
Oh god.
entertaining, and we
You can
loved
tell
him.
by the hair though. You
Yeah,
can tell by the hair.
I love that in your little description-y bit. By the way, you were just sort of describing Justin Timberlake at a certain
Yeah.
point. You were like, had some success, desperately trying to hold on to it. Here we are now.
Might have a couple DUIs in there now,
Yeah, well, I wouldn't go accusing Yanni of such a thing, you monster.
Okay.
But
Just kidding, Yanni.
we love you, Yanni. Next up, we have this guy.
Ooh, okay. So right away, now this goes against all my preferences normally, but he's wearing red. I don't know. This is not what we like, so we're not a fan of the red. He's automatically given like Weasley devil vibes, little
We kind of
weasel.
like this. We kind of like this kit.
Oh, okay. I do really like it, but you conditioned me to not like red.
Because we were very sort of, we had to talk ourselves into the fact that it's not red, it's maroon.
Okay. Maroon 5. Okay. We don't like Maroon 5 though because he was a cheater. Anyways, this guy, okay, he gives off that vibe that like, something sneaky devilish is going on in there, especially the red, I don't know. But I think that he gets shit done. Sorry for the language, but he gets shit done.
That's fine.
He looks like somebody that, gets out there, gives it all he's got. He's a little cheeky, but kind of a star in his own situation, I think.
Okay. And what's his name?
Oh, right. Names. He looks like a Marcus.
Are we talking Marcus with a C there? Yeah. We'll go with a Marcus. Yeah. So this is Stuart Dallas, who is now going Stuart Marcus Dallas.
Hold on. Why is there Marcus in there?
Because I put Marcus in there.
Because, right now?
Yeah. He's not actually called Marcus. No, you're fine. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're pumping up my tires a little bit, man. I love it.
Sorry. But Stuart Dallas he became known as effectively Mr. Reliable at many points. He was someone that you would be able to put anywhere on the pitch and he would do a job for you.
Nice.
And he would do it to, at the very least, an 8 out of 10, no matter where you played him.
Okay, we like that.
Stuart Dallas, also in a match against Manchester City, a couple of, was it 1 or 2 seasons after this? Go on.
Pause. Okay. Do we like Manchester City?
We don't really care about Manchester City, to be honest.
It's not the same heated thing as United. Okay.
Yeah, there's a history between us and them, but us and City, it doesn't really matter too much.
Mm.
But he had his best moment of his career and his worst moment of his career against Manchester City.
Okay.
So one season, I think this match, I think that's what this picture has been taken after. We go down to 10 men. We get someone sent off in the first half when we are 1-0 up against Man City.
Okay.
They get a goal back. And then in the very last minute of the match, Stuart Dallas latches on to a through ball from Alioski to slide it past Man City's goalkeeper to beat the league champions at the time away from home 2-1, a man down.
Oof.
Fantastic. Was
Yeah.
wonderful. But then, a season later, we're playing Man City again. I can't remember if we were at home or away. And this guy, because we've got a new manager at this point, goes in for a tackle on Jack Grealish and shatters his leg to the point that he spent 2 years trying to recover and then just had to retire.
That's so
Retired
brutal.
at the end of the most recent season because it just wouldn't happen. And that is partially why everyone very much doesn't like that manager. But we will get to him later and we'll see if you can identify the one that we're talking about here. So that's Stuart Dallas sorted. That's Mr. Reliable. It is also a very nice shirt. It's because it's such a nice shirt, we have to make the distinction of, yeah, but it's not red though.
Okay. True.
Because
True.
you can't not have a shirt that's nice, you know?
Yeah.
Next up, we have this guy.
Okay, this guy looks like a Boris. I see Boris vibe. Yeah. I see like a Boris, like, you know, he's tired all the time. He maybe has like 7 kids. When he gets out there, like he's frustrated when people aren't giving it their all, but sometimes he's not really giving it his all. But he also has some good games in there too. But yeah, he's just tired. He looks frustrated. He looks like he might have caused some shit. I don't know.
So this is Pablo Hernandez. Pablo Boris Hernandez. Who played for us in the promotion season and the seasons, I think 2 seasons before that. And would always give his all, but I think your idea of very, very tired is probably about accurate. He was always someone that he felt a bit grizzled war veteran a lot of the time.
He looks like
being Oh, absolutely. Whilst his entire thing being, I'm going to be the most creative player on this pitch, and it's your job to stop me, to the defenders.
Okay.
And whilst it wasn't necessarily the goal that got us promoted, he scored a goal against Swansea. I'm going to find the video for you to watch. I'm not going to play it myself because it would lead to me getting copyright striked.
Right. We don't do that.
Is it worth it? It might be worth it. It's definitely worth it. It has to be worth it. 1 second. Right, this is going to make it a little bit difficult though. Full screen it. Oh, it's got the commentary on it as well. He did also come to Leeds very, very late at the age of 31 after he'd spent a little bit of time playing in Qatar, which is normally the point where you're like, oh, okay, so I guess your career is sort of done then.
Yeah.
His career wasn't done. And his career led to incredible moments. Like,
was that a picture of him at 31 years old? Because he looks like he's like 40, the poor guy.
It might have been when he was about 33 or something along those lines. Yeah.
Oh. I look younger than him and I'm older than him, so that doesn't make any sense. But
I'm thankfully comfortably younger than him.
Yeah.
But yeah. But
okay,
in this match, we were scared that we might not end up promoted and we needed to get results. And if we couldn't break through Swansea, then problems.
And Leeds can try and exploit that. Click out wide, it goes to Helder Costa. There's space, and there's an.
Oh my god! The song.
Yeah, okay.
Celine Dion. My heart will go on. This is
the ball.
amazing.
And there are men in the box, and it comes for Pablo Hernandez. And Pablo Hernandez scores a goal for Leeds United.
Oh my god! Oh, I love this.
And I
Okay.
distinctly remember watching that match and being like, okay, I was watching with some friends in Discord and we just screamed because
That's a
such a
moment,
moment.
man.
It was, oh, fantastic.
Oh man, I
Perfect.
almost got teary-eyed with that Celine Dion in there. That's amazing.
It hit. But that was Pablo Hernandez, who is a
Okay.
modern legend.
You know what? I retract what I said a little bit because you know, and he looks a little sleepy, but he works hard. That's why he's sleepy.
Oh, he does. You would not have gotten into that side if you weren't incredibly hardworking. But we'll get into that in a little bit more detail later on.
Okay, fun.
Next up, who's this guy?
Okay, this guy looks like he could be. Let's go with like a Derek. I'm gonna call him a Derek. I don't even know if you guys have that name there, but he's Derek.
Yep.
Or Daryl, maybe a D name. I don't know.
Okay.
I like his vibe. He looks like he's like I'm gonna F you up every game. I'm gonna give it all I got. I look good in purple. Is that purple or light blue? I don't know what that is.
It's like a lilac, yeah.
Okay, yeah, lilac. You know, not a lot of men can pull a lilac off. He can. So there's a lot of other things he can pull off. I say he's like a leading scorer in one of the seasons. I don't know. I like this guy. Daryl's a good guy. Daryl, Derek, whatever we want to call him.
We want to call him Rafinha.
Oh.
How much do you know about the current Barcelona team?
Not much. But I have seen this name before, so you know what? I think I effed up a little bit.
Yeah. For an idea of how good this guy is, let's have a look
Okay,
at
but
the
leading scorer situation.
Oh, was he? I don't know.
Like he
because
gives that
someone
vibe that
else
he's the
was.
guy. You know what I mean?
Someone else was our leading scorer in the season that I'm thinking he might have been.
Derek from
I'll
Brazil.
have a
You know
look at his
what?
numbers. Brazilian
find out.
Derek, yeah. The most he scored for us in a season was 11, and in that season, I think maybe I'll have to find out. Oh, this is a test. This is a genuine test. I've got no idea. Top scorer that season, he was. Yeah, fair enough.
Okay.
Smashed it.
See, it's just this vibe. He gave off that vibe. So at least I was right with that. The name, is he a one name guy? He doesn't have a last name? You know you're a badass way.
Like many Brazilian footballers, he
They
does
drop a
not,
lot.
in fact, have the one name. He has about 7. But it's easier to like I know that Ronaldinho had about 8 names.
Yeah.
But Rafinha is, I think, technically Rafael Dias Belloli.
Oh, wow. Beautiful name.
So there is a D in there. It's just Dias, not Derek.
Yeah.
But this guy was genuinely magical. He was relentless in attacking, and at the moment he is immovable even in Barcelona's first team, to the point that this season so far he's scored 5 goals and gotten 2 assists in 6 matches in La Liga.
Holy smokes.
The fact that we had him for a short stint is a miracle.
Did you guys pay a lot of money?
Compared to what else we paid in that season, honestly, probably not. Oh, there's a person that I need to put on this PowerPoint that I haven't put on this PowerPoint. So I'm going to hide the PowerPoint for a minute, but we're going to see what the chat has to say about him. I'm not going to give someone a book to read on Leeds. That feels like that's a little bit too far. That feels harsh. Right. Where?
Yeah, I don't like reading, guys, unless it's like ESPN and I'm reading an article. I'm not a book person. So you can check them my way, but I'll probably just leave it on the couch.
But it all look good on a couch. And that's what counts. Okay, so let's pop you about there. Nice. Slideshow.
Can we tell Andy, though, that I'm going to a game, so that's even better than a book?
There we go. It is significantly better than a book. This isn't Derek. This is a person that we are comparing to Derek, because off the top of my head, we paid exactly the same amount of money for this guy as we did Derek. So we need a name, we need a vibe, we need a feeling.
Okay.
Man. What? Come on, words. What we got?
Okay, it's not a D name though.
Not a D name.
Okay, let's go with. Oof, this is tough. This is tough. He looks like he could be an Aaron. Okay, we'll go with Aaron.
Going with that.
He looks like he's really great, fun to be around, good dude, has a heart of gold. Maybe not as like good bang for your buck as potentially could be. Like looks like he's the part, but like maybe doesn't actually give you what you wanted out of it. Smiley, happy guy, so you can't not like him, but like could be better.
Yeah.
Maybe his mom sometimes gets a bit disappointed.
Oh, it's more than his mum that got a little bit disappointed in.
He gives that vibe, okay.
Jean-Kevin Augustin.
Oh, Aaron. Okay, he's got an A in there. I'm getting close.
Yeah, I mean, it's the surname, but it's close enough. For an idea of a comparison of these two most recent players, this guy also cost us £18 million to buy.
Oh, that's a lot of money. A lot of guacamole.
He spent the majority of his time injured.
No.
And then we ended up deciding to not buy him permanently that summer. But we had a little bit of a contract clause that meant that if we got promoted, which we did have to buy him permanently. And because we didn't buy him permanently, it meant that we had to pay off his entire contract.
Oof.
Which meant that in total, this man cost us something along the lines of £42 million.
Ay. Okay, question.
Yes.
So, continue, then I'll ask.
For a grand total of 51 minutes of football.
No. Okay, this is an important question. Did he have an injury history at all?
It was less of an injury history thing and more he was very, very, very lazy.
Oh. Okay, so he does disappoint his mom. Yeah. He looks like that kind of guy.
We had a manager at that point who effectively said, you got to run lots and lots and lots. And this guy didn't really do that very much. And it was...
I feel him, man. Running sucks. Yeah. You're in the wrong sport if you don't want to run.
Yeah.
Terrible.
In total, combined between wages and transfer fee, he cost us £823,000 per minute he played.
No, that's insane. Per minute. Guys, can you imagine making that much money a minute and you don't do anything? The dream. He's living the dream.
Imagine.
Yeah. Aaron, good job, buddy.
And evidently you don't even need to be a footballer. Anyway, next up we got this guy.
Okay. All right. I'm feeling like this guy looks like he could be an Eric.
An Eric? Oh, is that with a C or a K? Just because I'm writing them down.
Let's go with the C because that's a little
Eric
cheeky.
With a C.
I like the C. Okay. Eric looks like, I don't know, man. He looks like he was underpaid. Like maybe he didn't but he also looks like, the whole vibe of the top is throwing me off a bit. He's got some spunk in there. He looks like he likes to go and party on the weekends. Maybe he had a couple of headlines.
Are we talking about encouragement spunk, or someone's gone a bit wild on his shirt? Which are we going with here?
I think we're going he likes to get a little loose. He's like one of those, not a hippie, but kind of hippy dippy a little bit. Likes to go to parties, likes to enjoy himself off the field, creates a little bit of drama. And then on the field, he acts like it's everybody else's problem, but it's maybe his. That's the vibe that I'm getting.
So this is Weston McKennie.
Okay. Weston is my nephew's name. Okay. Fun.
Oh, nice. Current player, I believe he's still at Juventus.
Okay.
Does not.
We don't like Juventus.
Juventus. We don't usually care about Juventus. We just don't like this guy. Because do you remember last week where I was talking about a guy that was running around like the Michelin Man and couldn't do the basics?
Yeah. This is him.
That's Weston.
Okay. Yeah. But does he place blame on other people while he's doing the Michelin Man thing?
Probably.
Yeah, he looks like it. He looks like he doesn't take accountability. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's a good way of putting it, because he also had a friend who was really good at leaking things to the media, and weirdly, everything that he'd leak would be pro Weston McKennie, and it's like...
Drama. He gives that vibe, man. Yeah. Okay,
For
I'm
an
hitting it
idea-
with the vibes, just not the names.
Oh yeah. For an idea from the chat, we have Weston McBinney. He was overfed and overpaid.
McBinney. Is McBinney like a trash bin kind of thing?
Yeah,
Oh.
it's just bin in McKenny. Loved a cheeky Nando's. Definitely wasn't loose. The only party he went to was at McDonald's.
Dude, I love McDonald's though. I can't argue
I mean,
with
that's
that.
fair, but
Yeah.
you're not a professional footballer.
How do you know? I'm kidding.
Because I know your job.
No, I used to play flag football, but that's it. And it wasn't this kind of football. It was American. So
Yeah.
it was a rising star. And then I gave up my dream, man.
Devastating. I think we're on to current players now.
Yeah. Okay, fun.
And we're going to start with this guy.
Okay, this guy looks
in
like
fact, I want to see how many of these you recognize from.
I'm not going to get any of them
highlights that
unless
you've seen.
it's my guy with the puppies. That's all I'm going to say. So this guy looks like a Gerald. He's got like a giraffe neck kind of thing. He looks like a Gerald. He also looks like a goalkeeper, given that he's got the glove. Am I right about that?
Gerald.
Gerald. Oh, somebody in the comments, the Iceman. So maybe this guy's incredible. He saves a lot of goals. He's got that glove on. He does everything. He's like, what's that? The Incredibles, you know? Have you seen that
Yeah.
movie?
I think everyone's seen The Incredibles.
Yeah, but who's the Frozone?
Maybe.
He's like a
yeah.
Frozone vibe. Like he doesn't let anything pass and he freezes everyone and he looks cold. He's as cold as ice.
So this is
Gerald.
Elon Meslier, our French goalkeeper. We've had him for a good while now. Let's have a quick look. How old was he in this season? He came into the team at the age of 19
Oh,
and has basically held his spot for the most part ever since.
but he's a keeper,
Um,
right?
Yes, he's a goalkeeper. Yeah,
Okay, I got that right.
and I'm
The
a
gloves
big
too,
fan
but-
of the guy. It's a little bit of a hint, yeah.
Yeah.
But lots and lots of people very much do not like him.
Why?
Because occasionally he's got a mistake in him. He's got the odd error. But I can't get out of my head that you've called him Gerald. So we're going to move on to the next one.
Okay, can I explain something real quick?
Yes.
So there's a book that I read to my daughter. You guys saw her a little earlier. Some of you might have missed it. That was like the highlight of today. But there's this book called Giraffes Can't Dance. And I read it to her all the time. And it's basically exactly what it sounds like. The jungle animals don't think that this long-necked giraffe can't dance. And he can't. He hasn't found a good song to dance to. And his name is Gerald. And so this guy kind of looks like Gerald from the book. And that's why I called him Gerald.
I kind of get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's like most goalkeepers. He's got his on days, he's got his off days.
Yeah.
I think he's got more on days than off days. And I think that the
Okay.
people that are complaining at him are kind of losing it because we conceded 1 goal since the opening day of the season and it wasn't really his fault. But
Oh.
it's fine. Anyway,
Just
up
one
next.
goal? Just one goal.
One since one in the league since the first game of the season. Yeah.
Okay. That's
We
pretty
conceded
freaking
3 on
good,
the
man.
first day, so I'm being very picky with my stats. But he's doing pretty well.
I like Gerald.
Yeah. We love a bit of Gerald.
Okay, this guy looks like a Stefan.
A Stefan. Okay.
Stefan, yeah, like there's this guy in the NFL named Stefan Diggs. He kind of gives the same vibe, like just like, okay, wheelie. I was going with that next. But I don't know, man. He looks like he gives it everything he has. He's a gritty dude. He looks like a defender. I'm gonna say he looks a bit of a defender. No, okay, I'm wrong there. But he looks like a bus. You don't want to run over this guy. He's a bus. He's gonna run over you. He's gonna truck forward. He's just that guy. Gives it everything. We like him. We like his vibe. There's no bad vibes here. That's the vibe that I'm getting.
So you're thinking, real big dude, you don't want to fight him?
No, I'd
He's
never
five-
fight him. He's got bulky shoulders, man. Look at him.
He's
He
5
could
foot
be a
7.
UFC fighter.
He is 5'7".
No, okay. He's 3 feet taller than me. For 3 inches. Sorry, not feet. I'm not that tall, tiny. But
I've-
oh my
I've
god.
been-
Oh, he's a tiny little bus. It's okay.
It's just a
Okay, but he's like a little running back in the NFL. This is what they do. They're like these little chippy little guys, you know? Yeah.
A tiny little toy bus.
I love that.
God. Yeah. He's very, 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 very good.
Okay, see?
However,
Oh.
a lot of people might not like him very much because last season, after we got relegated, everyone was sort of thinking, okay, does he want to stay? And then he may have spent a little bit of time going on strike, so he didn't want to stay. But then it's fine. He stuck around. He signed a new contract here, so I think we can put all that behind us. And I
Yep.
think he's going to keep being great for us. Willie Stefan Nonto, the teeny tiny bus.
We
Up
like
next,
Willie.
we do.
Stefan.
Up next, this guy.
Okay, this guy. All right. This guy looks like he has a very basic name. So let's look at him. Let's look at him hard. He looks like he could be. This is a tough one. He looks like he could be a Tom.
A Tom.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thomas. Good old Thomas. Patrick. Okay. Basic.
It's basic vibe. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same sort of energy.
You know what? He looks like he's the type of guy that really enjoys going to the bar after the game and having a pint or two to celebrate. But like, I also think that sometimes he stays out a little too long and his girlfriend gets upset. And she's like, why'd you stay at the bar so long? And so that kind of translates onto the field a bit and he can get a little sloppy. Looks a little sloppy, you know? He can be sloppy. Sloppy Tom.
I think you've accidentally stumbled onto Patrick Bamford's vibe, because the sort of going to the bar stuff doesn't seem like his vibe at all.
Oh,
he's sort of a quiet sort of
body, yeah,
dude. But on the pitch, he's really good in terms of like the thinking side of the game. So his positioning, his movement, really, really good. His finishing, less good, and he's very consistently injured.
Oh no, because he was at the bar too late, man.
He was, yeah. But for me, that makes him sort of an underdoggy figure, and one of the main sort of running. Underdog. We do love an underdog, and one of the main sort of like running jokes on this channel is I quite like the guy, because in the one season he was fully fit in the Premier League, he was the 4th top scorer in the entire league, which is real good.
Wow, yeah.
But since then he's been very injured. He's not been on form. He's been struggling a little bit more. And I sort of, whilst I am still like pro this guy, the amount of people that are anti him, I just think it's a little bit funny to sort of like oppose them and be like, no, actually, I will pretend that I am the most guy in his favor.
Yeah, I love that.
So
that thing is like if Patrick has one fan, you are him. If Patrick has no fans, you are dead.
In a way, that sounds like a threat. And many people would like that to be the case with Pat Bamford. I have. It's yeah. But yeah, he's a controversial figure because many people for a while have been like wanting rid. And I recently got banned from someone's chat for doing a positive message in his favor, which was good. But yeah, that's the sort of vibes, controversy we've got.
You can wear that as a badge, man. Positive vibes. You get banned for that? You're winning in life.
Why am I on death row?
Okay, see, Righteous One.
What's going on, Righteous One?
Cynical vibes here.
Okay, so that was Pat Bamford. Up next, we've got this guy. Slightly low resolution.
He's sultry. He's giving... What kind of vibe is this? This is like an Esteban.
Esteban? Okay.
Esteban, like Ocon, but like Esteban, you know? He's like, hey, chica. And I feel like he's like, you don't want to mess with this guy. That's not a wedding finger, right? No, okay. So he's not married. He's kind of a fuckboy. Sorry, I said the bad word. Okay.
I think kind of an F-boy.
Oh, is he?
Is he married?
Well, this ring finger doesn't have it. If we're looking where he's sitting, right? I'm going to position myself. Unless
Junior Firpo is married.
Okay. Okay. Anyways, in this photo, he looks like a little bit of an F-boy who wants to play around with girls' hearts and whatever. So he gets some goals in there. He's one of those guys that he gets out there. He does a thing. If he's not a goal scorer, he's a great defender. He's cheeky. He does a thing out there. But I also think that he's not reached his full potential. That's the vibe that I'm getting off him. Cares a little bit too much about how he looks, instead of how he plays. And he should be caring more about how he plays. That's the vibe I'm getting.
Very fair. Of late, I'd say he's been hitting his potential. This is Junior Firpo.
Okay.
Who
Junior is an
is-
interesting name.
It is, yeah. Who is our left back at the minute, and everyone didn't like him for a very, very long time because he wasn't very good. But now he is, and now I think I don't think it's an argument that he's probably the best left back in the league. Everyone knows my opinions on Firpo, and I'm just going to say that I was proven right when he started playing good. There we go.
Yes.
I just
Okay.
not to flex too hard, guys, but I called it. It's
No,
fine.
flex harder, man. Flex harder.
I used to loathe him, but now I don't love this guy. He has an amazing song too. He does. That one might take you a little bit of time to learn, but
Is he
we'll
okay?
get
What kind
there.
of music is he? Is he like? Tell me.
Oh no,
What's-
this is like a chant. This is not like he wrote a song. This is just what.
Oh, I was
is
like, he's an
chanted
artist.
about it.
Like this
No,
is
he's
cool.
not
He's
an
like
artist.
Lewis Hamilton. This is amazing. Okay.
I know what suits me is meek and hiding, but it's fine. Made some great tackles at the weekend. Roberto Carlos, absolutely. Yeah, we
like him.
We love him now. Yeah, he's great.
Okay, good. So this vibe that you picked for the picture was just maybe not the greatest one.
It's like the one that I picked for Nonto, where I was picking one where he deliberately looked a little bit bigger than he is.
Okay, because he looks like a truck, man.
Oh, he does. Yeah. Next up.
Which one? Oh, this one. That's Danny Boy, man. This guy looks like he loves puppies. He absolutely loves puppies. He treats his wife amazing. He calls his mom every day. He's that kind of guy. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely loves his mom, loves the dogs, loves puppies, treats everyone with kindness, gives it everything he has on the pitch. Absolutely everything. And just a good-hearted soul dude. Everybody can get behind this guy. If you're going to buy a jersey, you're going to put that name on your back. This is that guy. See, I got this one right.
I was really hopeful you would have got Dan James.
Dude, I've been looking him up ever since our last one with the puppy. I wanted to see more.
Love
him. He's my favorite.
Thank you very much, Paul, for the gifted memberships going
Oh,
to
Paul, we love you.
Dale and Joe and Mame and AB and Firthy. Much appreciated. Thank you very much. And you have basically summed him up perfectly there. And I chucked him in there just to be like, are we doing our research? Are we sure? And you've smashed it. Fair enough. Yeah.
Dude, this
Can we
is the
clone him
one
on
guy
that
I've
one?
researched.
Okay, cool. So I think that's all the current players out of the way. Let's dip into the managers. So
Oh, okay. This guy is an Igor. He looks like an
Okay.
Igor. He looks like he's he's the type of guy that leaves some food on his plate, even though it's an incredible meal. He doesn't want to overeat, but he sits there and judges everything. He's a judgmental person. So if one thing's a little off, say the wifey made the bread and it's a bit burnt on one side, he leaves it. He doesn't eat it. He's very judgmental. I don't know if I like his vibe. I feel like he's got a little bit of a temper. Looks like someone
what
that
I'm
can
also
pop
going
off.
to do is
Oh.
work out if you can work out when these people managed the team,
Oh God.
or at least
Okay.
what happened when they were at the team.
Okay. So he's not the manager now. I'm going to say that right now. And I think that when we had him, it was like a full-on collapse because he was just too judgmental, didn't get shit done when he needed to get it done. But the type of guy that blames everybody but doesn't look inside. You know what I mean? That's what I'm getting. Daniel. Oh, this is the manager now. Okay, this is the guy that some of us want him to go. This is so funny.
I can't believe we've accidentally gone Farker out. This wasn't the plan.
I don't think I like him. I think we got to get rid of him. Hashtag Farka out.
Oh no.
I'm not going to lie. I've not looked up what this guy looked like. I know you talked about him last week. I should have looked him up. I didn't. He's giving Igor vibes, okay?
He is. I can see the Igor energy. But I think the vast majority of people are like, yeah, he's doing fine enough. I don't think he falls into that like perfectionist category that you're talking about. Like maybe more so going into the season, but I think he's just someone that wants good standards, basically.
Yeah. Is he a bit of a
And
hard ass though? Is that fair?
I wouldn't say so. I'd say he's sort of good when it comes to man management stuff and not like over pushing people into things and stuff like that. I think he's sort of fine. He seems
Okay.
like someone that would be like decent to have a drink with. He seems okay
Yeah.
to me.
Okay.
And after wins, he has described a nice, perfect, relaxing evening as going home and having some coffee and cake on the sofa,
Okay, that's really sweet.
which sounds really nice. Yeah. I will, but I feel like if I do any stream bits of a press conference, I will get shot down by the YouTube police. So I'm going to not do that out of
No.
fear. Yeah. Put it like this: he got the best out of Dan James last season, and now we like him again.
Yeah.
And
We
that's
love
how we
him.
get people to like Daniel Farker. Be like, look, you like these players, and it's Daniel Farker's fault that you like these players. We've got two people here.
Okay, this is obviously very old. This is like back in the day. I want to say it's like the 60s, 70s. I don't know, maybe 80s.
Okay.
I'm pretty bad because like television before the 2000s just looked terrible. So we're gonna go back in the day. I don't know which guy we're focusing on, but the one guy gives like. Have you guys ever watched America's Funniest Home Videos?
We've got an equivalent, but we don't have that one. No.
This guy looks like. So I'm talking about the guy in like the gray, beige, whatever suit color this is. Him, yeah. He looks like he like could host a show like that. Kind of a dorky guy, kind of like to take the piss out of people, you know what I mean? Not so serious, you know, maybe people didn't even take him serious and he just like imploded. That's the kind of vibe I get off this guy. Guy beside him looks like he doesn't like him at all.
Do we have a name for the guy on the left?
Oh, okay. We're gonna go with who? Okay. What is his name? Let's go with Benjamin.
Okay, Benjamin. Okay. And what do we have for the guy on the right in terms of vibe and in terms of name?
Okay, he looks more like he could be a Giovanni. Like he looks like a Giovanni kind of vibe. And he looks like he just doesn't have it. He looks like he wants to, you know, he's part of the mob. I don't know. He doesn't look like he puts up with any BS. And he's just not having this quirky little dude beside him's vibe at all. And he's like, what am I even doing sitting next to this guy? Looks like he could be like a general manager type of vibe. Do you know what I mean?
Very, very fair enough. We've got Brian Benjamin Clough and Don Giovanni Reeve.
Okay.
You basically smashed the vibe of Brian Clough at Leeds.
Okay, nice.
Came in,
he looks like that kind of guy.
Yeah, came in, took himself way too seriously, and did implode. I can't remember how long he was at the club, but he was here for like 6 games and he only won once. Was not very good at all. The players didn't respect him at all, and that was because he was the manager after Don Reeve, who was like a player at Leeds, then became the manager and sort of grew an entire generation of players and took us through, I'd say, our most successful period ever. And then this little guy came in who had like zero respect for the club's history and stuff like that. And this was on the very night that Brian got fired.
Okay, I was gonna say, guy beside him looks like something bad's about to happen.
Oh no, this is immediately after it. This is on the night of a local TV station basically said, if we offer both of these people quite significant sums of money, I think we can get a TV interview. And they did.
Oh my God.
It was spicy, I would say. And yeah, basically, we don't like guy on the left. We really do like guy on the right.
Okay, because he looks like he wants things to be a certain way, and then this little clown show happens, and he's like, no. You know what I mean? Like, I get that vibe. Like the mafia comes in and they're like, clean it up a little bit, you know? Not in a bad way.
Are we accusing Don Reeve of being in the mafia?
We'll never think of you again. That's the kind of vibe I'm getting, you know?
That'll do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Next up,
Ooh. Okay. This guy looks like he yells at somebody if his coffee's too hot, gets
Yeah.
upset. He's like, look, like this one's a judgmental guy for sure. He's not happy about anything. His wife at home tries so hard to please this man and he's never happy. Never happy. Sometimes they sleep on opposite beds. She's even got her own room because she doesn't want to sleep in the bed with him after a bad game. That's the kind of vibe I'm getting. He looks like he could be okay. What's the name I'm getting here? This is definitely like a Steven.
Steven.
Yeah.
Okay.
And my brother's name is Steven. My brother doesn't look like this, but this guy looks like a Steven.
And how did we do with him?
Oh, what?
How did we do with him?
Oh, I think that he's so angry because there wasn't a lot of success. The vibe that I'm getting. Maybe there was some success, but then it's like never got back to the success that we really wanted. So I'm thinking it was like not the greatest times with this guy.
You'd be correct in that it wasn't the greatest of times with this guy. He manages for a very short period of time in 2023 and got us relegated.
Oh no! Okay, he looks like that.
This is Big Sam.
Hey, but I got the F. You know what? The last couple
did.
I've been there. Brian, I had Benjamin, right? Like that was close. Sam, we had Steven. Okay, we're right there.
This guy took over for a grand total of 4 matches at the end of the season. And if I remember right, the numbers that were thrown around in terms of what he'd be paid was £125,000 per game. And then if we didn't get relegated with him there, then he would have gotten a £1.5 million bonus.
Oh my god! So he obviously was angry that didn't happen.
Evidently, yes. I think he got here and just didn't care, which was.
He looks like a toad. Like he looks an angry toad.
I kind of see it. I did try and pick the angriest, toadiest picture I could, because there were a few where he looked a little bit too human and a little bit too nice, and I was like, well, is it?
No, this guy looks like his life is on the line a little bit, so it makes sense. You know what I mean about him going home and he has to sleep in the other room because the wife's like, no, not tonight.
No, not your vibe, please. No, go away. Next up, we've got this fella.
Okay, this guy, he looks like he could be like a Gerald. I'm gonna go with Gerald again. Why not? He looks very content, kind of got that smug look to him. He pulls the ladies. He's got that look to him. He pulls a lot of ladies. You know what I mean? So I think that he's been successful. I think that he had some success. Maybe fully didn't totally go to the greatest heights of all time, but like general good vibes, decent vibes. We're okay with him. He looked like he dresses well for the weather. He understands the situation. He analyzes things, and he's just a happy dude. I don't know. I think we liked him.
What name were we going for again?
We're going Gerald.
We're going another Gerald.
Another Gerald. You know what? I just like that name.
This is Jesse Gerald Marsh. He currently manages the Canadian national team. I thought you would have gotten this one.
Damn it. No, because you know what? I've stopped following the Canada national team because of what happened. So we're done with him.
He wasn't very good.
No.
He was very vibesy. Absolutely relied on sort of trying to do inspirational speeches. They didn't work. Consistently. Not a good manager at all.
Sad.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a good-looking man, so at least maybe he's getting something out of it in his real life. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe. Let's hope not, because I do not wish to bring joy to this man in many ways. But 1 second, I just need to do one more little banner because we have our final of the managers coming up, who is this guy.
Okay. This guy looks like he could be an Eduardo. This is an Eduardo. Yep. Eduardo looks like, I don't know, man. You know, the type of guy that's always waiting in front of the microwave for his food to be ready. It's just never really the right temperature. And you want to get it right, and he's right there, but like it's just not, it's never really computed. he's had success, but it's just not what he really can strive for and who he is as a person. So I feel like, yeah, Eduardo wants more. He wants more, but maybe he just wasn't given a good situation. That's what I'm going with here.
Not
Oh,
bad.
Marcello. Okay.
Not
He's
bad.
Italian, I want to say.
And he's Argentinian.
Oh, okay.
And he is basically the best thing that happened to this team for a very,
Okay.
very long time. And I would argue that your point about being given the wrong situation is basically spot on. He is the kind of guy that would sit in front of the microwave and make sure that the temperature was absolutely perfect because he was so like details oriented. And with the bit that you mentioned about like occasionally not getting a good situation, this is the guy that 2 seasons in got us promoted. The season after that, which is our first season in the Premier League, he took us to 9th place out of 20, which is great.
Okay, nice.
And then that next summer, he wasn't really backed in the transfer window, which meant that things got worse and things slipped. And he eventually lost his job after many, many fairly big losses.
Oh, sad.
But I'd say he's still like the fan favorite at this point.
Okay. Yeah, he looks like a guy that you want to get behind, you know?
Yeah.
I don't get a terrible vibe, but I get like he's had success and then just wanted like wrong situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ultimately, one of our favorites, and the reason that, because this is a pretty like famous phrase that was picked up from, I think it was Athletic Bilbao, one of their journalists said that they have become the widows of Bielsa. Because
Aw.
after he leaves, the way that he would have you playing football was so consistently exciting and fun and wild that when he left, everything else seemed like it was just a different sport.
Yeah. Just a void was
Kind of
there.
sad. Yeah. And
Yeah.
I get the widows of Bielsa line.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Sad, depressing.
Dude, you did a good job picking photos because I feel like the photos you chose really spoke to who these people are, and I got that at least.
Yeah, I tried to pick out vibes as much as I could to be like, okay, but who are they as a person? Who are they spiritually?
Okay.
Didn't quite get Jesse Marsh right, but
No,
it's fine. So
Jesse Marsh was off, but you know what? You got me a little bit because I was just distracted because he had that smug look. It's that look.
he was a
that
bit
guys
smug.
do, you
He
know?
was a bit
Yeah.
smug, to be fair. So, having been through the quiz, are you feeling a little bit more knowledgeable about come on words? Are we feeling a bit more knowledgeable about the past of Leeds?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, good.
I feel like
Progress.
listen, I think that where we're at right now, and I'm sorry I got that wrong with the manager. I feel bad. I think where we're at right now, this dude's doing his damn thing. And I think it's at that point where like it's only up from here. 2-0 score the last game was amazing. We're gonna keep that energy, we're gonna keep it going. And this is gonna be the year, guys. We're going up. It's happening. I feel it.
So
Oh my
love a bit of optimism. Oh dear.
No, the baby's like nap time is almost happening, so she's getting a little loose.
Very fair.
Yeah.
Before we bring the stream to a close, let's take a hop over to one of our favourite places. We're going to go to Questions Corner for 2 or 3 questions, and then I need to run fairly shortly after. So it will literally just be 2 or 3. The first questions that are chucked in the chat, let's deal with. And hopefully they're sane, because all too often they're not. But that's kind of fun, you know? That brings a little bit of zest, and it's all good.
Oh, Joe went away.
Joe did went away. Joe had a camera that ran out of battery, so Joe is about to fix that as he speaks and tries to fill a bit of the cheeky dead air. Take that out, pop that in. Push, push, push. Oh no, they're having a debate in the comments about Marcelo Bielsa.
I love it. Okay, it's okay.
I fear it. Okay, cool. That should plug in. Start the camera. Hey, we're back. So
There he is.
oh dear. Right, where were we? Should have chosen the promotion picture of Bielsa so wholesome. I considered it, but I decided against it because it would have given things away a little bit too much. I'm going to take this as one of the questions for the Questions Corner. Should do an NFL quiz with Crystal. That would be scary. But if at any point you want to do the same thing on your channel, just let
Oh
me know.
my
I'll
God,
happily
can
pop over.
we? We need to
Yeah.
do that.
Sure. Oh no.
Oh my
Scared me.
God. Okay, guys, it's happening next week. We're gonna schedule it. It's happening.
Oh no. Oh
And I'm
no.
not giving you any hints. I'm throwing you to the wolves.
No. Right, time to start researching then.
No, it'll all be 49ers though, okay?
Okay, that's fine. That's
Yeah.
fine. You guys are taking far too much joy from this. That's not fair. And we'll do one more little question in Questions Corner, and then we'll call the stream there. Well, in that case, for this stream next week, I'm going to plan something equally evil. So it's just going to escalate, and eventually we're going to go into like a football fan nuclear war. I don't know. There was a metaphor there somewhere, but I couldn't find it, but it's fine.
No, I love it. It's good.
Oh, God.
This is going to be fun. Guys, hit us with a good, amazing question. Something very debatable, something that doesn't even have to be about football. Whatever you want.
Because then we'll go into philosophy, because we genuinely did a philosophy stream a few weeks back, and it was like, why
I
have we gone
stumbled
in
upon
this
that and I was like,
direction?
what's happening?
I don't know either. I got so confused.
I loved it.
Don't be evil to Crystal, we want her. Yeah, but
I like
a little
it.
bit of evil. A little bit of evil.
Yeah, evil's good.
Sensible levels of evil, I think, work. When it's too much evil, then just shout at me and I'll be like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be evil. Right, I'm also going to pop a redirect on over to Joe's stream in a moment. But yeah. It don't look like Questions Corner is filling up. Look at Mini Crystal. Her hair is awesome.
Thank you. She's cute, eh? She doesn't wear hats. I try to put them on her. She's not a fan. So she's not that much of a mini of me, but it's fine. She looks a lot like my mom, which is pretty crazy. People say that this happens. Skips a generation. I don't think she looks like me at all. She's blue eyes. I have brown eyes. So it's like, how did that happen? My husband
It's okay. It's okay.
eyes.
People with brown eyes are just better. Like I can't.
Brown eyes are great.
You know? So we have two questions. We'll deal with both of them. The first one is just for you. How many hats do you own?
Ooh, I was just telling Joe, I think I have about 50 of them. So I'm a big hat girl. Whenever I go to a game of any sort, it can be like a football game, an American football game, a hockey game, anything, I always buy a hat. So every single basketball, everything, every game I've ever been to, if the hat looks somewhat cool, I'm going to buy it. So I have about 50 hats, beanies. What do you call this, by the way, Joe?
It could be a beanie, could be a woolly hat.
A woolly hat, yeah. Okay. So in Canada, we call them toques, which is such a weird, it's a toque, but I don't call it toque anymore because I got ripped apart by it. So it's a beanie. I have like maybe 20 or 25 beanies alone just because I grew up in Canada. It was very cold there. Now in Italy, it's cold in the winter, but it's not very cold in regular time. So yeah, but then hats, a lot of hats. I love myself like a good dad hat, man. I love them. I have a couple trucker hats. I have a couple of like the big brim ones, and then what are the other ones? Bucket hats. Love hats. Evie, you gotta see. I'm gonna come on your channel. I'll wear a random hat every time.
We've had one more question, but I think we answer this with one word and then we go into the philosophical one. How many 49ers jerseys do you own?
Okay, we're gonna go through it through the years. Okay, so I've got my first one ever was a Navarro Bowman. And this was when I first started following the team back in 2011. He was like one of the best defensive players that played for our team. And my ex-boyfriend who got me into the sport, Patrick Willis, was his favorite player. And also I interviewed him. So now he's one of my favorite players of all time too. I got to take that from him, which was really nice. Patrick Willis and Navarro Bowman were like the tandem at defense that were just incredible. And so he got me a Navarro Bowman jersey to start everything. So I've got that. Then he got me a Kaepernick jersey, Colin Kaepernick. If you look him up, a lot of things off the field that he did that were like a very big controversial thing that I think he brought a lot of awareness into North America in general with a lot of things that are happening to very underprivileged people in the world. And I love Colin Kaepernick. He was an incredible quarterback when I first started following the team. So I have a Kaepernick jersey. I also have a Terrell Owens jersey. I interviewed him as well. He's one of the best wide receivers of all time. He's one of the GOATs. Got to interview him. He was incredible. My husband found me a very vintage jersey of him, so I have one of his. Then let's go fast. So I've got a Carlos Hyde jersey, number 28. That's my birthday. Carlos Hyde was not a good player, but his jersey number is great, so I have him. Then we have George Kittle. We love George Kittle. Christian McCaffrey. Love him. Who else do I have? Oh my gosh. Who am I blanking on right now? There's somebody else. I want to say I've got 8 total. So I'm missing 2 of them right now. If I looked at them, I'd know. I'm missing 2, but it's 8. I can think of 8. Oh, Jimmy Garoppolo. Obviously, Jimmy Garoppolo. Very hot quarterback. We had him for like 5 years. Spicy, just everything. Not the greatest quarterback, but very good looking. He dated a lot of porn stars. It was a big thing. They called him Porn Star Jimmy. It was this whole thing. I actually have a tattoo that I got in his honor. We'll get into that maybe another time. It's a ridiculous tattoo. I have a lot of tattoos. This is the one tattoo that I got because of a actual thing that happened in the sport that I love and because of a player. So it's my Jimmy G tattoo. I have that. And then I have a Trey Lance jersey. And Trey Lance got traded. He was the worst. We traded up for a pick to get him, and then he ended up being a complete bust. But that jersey is absolutely stunning and beautiful. It's gold and red. I absolutely love it. So, yeah, I have 8 jerseys total. There you go.
You got a tattoo of a man called Porn Star Jimmy. Right, okay. Finally, would you rather have invisibility or the ability to stop time?
Ooh. You know what? I would have said invisibility before, because I think being invisible and being able to like get in on things and whatever and like go where you need to go and just being sneaky and whatever. But I don't like that anymore. I think the ability to stop time is so underrated. I have, obviously, you guys saw my daughter was just messing around and she was here. I think that like as she's getting older, I'm starting to realize like I wish I could just press pause. There's a lot of moments, even in sports, where you have such an amazing game that you hold on to. And don't you just wish sometimes you just press pause and just like really revel in that moment? I think time goes by so fast, and I get like emotional about this. Time goes by way too fast. If you could press pause even on the moments with people in your life and anything like that, that's like, you can't put a price on that. That's what I would want. 100%.
That's a much deeper and more meaningful answer than the one I was going to go for. I was going to say that people pick invisibility to do mischief, but think you can do the exact same mischief if you just stop time.
100%.
You know, it's fine.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think we are going to leave that stream there because I have got to run out in 15 minutes. Oh, good. But always a pleasure. Happy to have you on, Crystal. Have you enjoyed? Good time?
I think that was the best episode of all time.
Okay.
And now I'm looking forward to having you on my stream because I'm going to just like give it to you. I can't wait to hear your names of the people that I'm going to put out there. It's going to be great. This is amazing.
No. I'll try and not do too much research.
We need to do this again, but like not with players, maybe with something else. I don't know. We got to think of something else. That was really fun.
Something will come up. Yeah, it's fine. Hello, Peacock Whites. You've picked the wrong time. We're just closing out now. Sorry about that one. But yeah, hope you enjoyed. If you did, like, subscribe, become a channel member if you fancy. It's 99p for a month, and you get a bunch of videos and stuff early. If you haven't yet, hop over to Crystal's channel and subscribe to that one. That's always going to be much appreciated. And yeah, hope you enjoyed. We will see you later. Toodaloo.